Yo, so we were having a meeting this morning about how to gain more subscribers for the app. And I started feeling away. I was like, man, what can I do to make the app more successful? And it made me feel like I'm not being successful. And then I thought, success is defined as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. And in that way, we're very successful. We have our own streaming service in every app store that you can have. And we are currently making content for Black people, with Black people, to advance Black people. But even back then, when I was working at Boeing, I was successful, not because of Boeing per se, but because on my 10-minute breaks and my lunch breaks and before and after work, I went and made videos, and that made me happy. And I didn't make any money from it, but I wanted to be able to have my own voice, and I did that. I wanted to be a great stand-up comedian, so I worked hard at it. I practiced 4 or 5 times a week and as much as I could possibly do it, and I became good. Melissa and I did our first Love Hour, it wasn't called the Love Hour then, but our Love Hour seminar in January 2012 at Uncle Therm's barbecue. And there was like 12 people there. But that was like, oh snap, we got 12 people. And I remember when I first crossed over 1 million total views on the Kev on Stage YouTube page, I only had 3,000 subscribers, but I didn't even care. I was like, 1 million views, success! Later on, I wanted to make a movie called The Family Exchange, and I raised $15,000, which at the time seemed like the most money in the world. And we made that movie with my sons and my nephew, and it came out, and it's on our own streaming service, and we still own the rights. And even here, when we're the playmakers making plays that completely bombed money-wise, but we made our own independent Black plays. We lost that man's $40,000, but we made that play. This is just a funny picture of my dad taking a selfie. He had the camera facing forward. Anyway, back to stand-up comedy. I remember when I entered the Bay Area Black Comedy Festival and I completely bombed my life away. But even that was success because I wanted to see how I measured up to other comedians, and I didn't measure up at all. But I came and I tried and I bombed. And at least I got a good story out of it. This is the job I got fired from. Why would you wear this Elmo hat when you know they're trying to fire you anyway? But even then I was successful because I printed my comedy show flyers in the color copier. And I know that led to me getting fired, but that show was packed. But in all seriousness, Quibi with almost $2 billion in funding didn't even last 6 months. And our streaming service with much less than that has lasted 8 months. So the fact that we are still doing what we set out to do, we're making money, we're gaining subscribers little by little, is success. With much less capital and much more obstacles, we are still open. And ladies and gentlemen, that's success. So I said all that to say, why don't you tap in with us and help us be more successful by adding your subscription? Dad, what were you doing, man? You got the air freshener and the rubbing alcohol in the frame with